West Virginia is a state with a rich and fascinating past. From Native American settlements to colonial struggles, from the fight for independence to the turmoil of the Civil War, West Virginia has been at the heart of it all. The echoes of these bygone eras resonate through the state's historic forts, standing as silent witnesses to the courage, conflict, and resilience that have shaped the mountain state. These forts, scattered across the rugged landscape, are more than just remnants of the past. They are tangible links to a time when the very survival of settlers depended on these sturdy structures. They offer a glimpse into the lives of soldiers, settlers, and Native Americans who traversed these lands centuries ago. Each fort has a unique story to tell, a tale woven into the fabric of West Virginia's history. These stories are not just about battles and skirmishes, although those were certainly a part of life on the frontier. Join us as we journey back in time to uncover the stories of these remarkable forts and the people who made them come alive. The early history of West Virginia was marked by frequent conflict between Native American tribes and European settlers pushing westward. As settlers encroached on Native American lands, tensions flared, leading to a series of conflicts known as the Indian Wars. During this tumultuous period, forts played a crucial role in protecting settlers from attacks and asserting colonial dominance over the region. These forts, often hastily constructed from logs or rough-hewn timber, served as vital defensive positions. They provided a safe haven for settlers under attack and served as bases of operations for military campaigns. Despite the hardships, these frontier forts represented hope and security for settlers seeking a new life in the wilderness. Many of these early forts were strategically located along important rivers like the Ohio River and the Potomac River, which served as major transportation routes and lifelines for settlers. They remind us of the courage and tenacity required to tame the wild frontier and the complex relationship between settlers and Native Americans vying for control of the land. When the American colonies erupted in rebellion against British rule, the frontier forts of West Virginia took on a new significance. While major battles raged further east, these remote outposts played a crucial role in securing the western frontier and preventing British loyalists and their Native American allies from threatening the Patriot cause. During the Revolutionary War, forts like Fort Henry and Fort Randolph became pivotal points of contention. They served as strategic outposts for Patriot forces, protecting vital supply lines and preventing British aligned forces from gaining a foothold in the region. The rugged terrain and the fierce determination of the defenders made these forts formidable obstacles for any attacking force. Despite being outnumbered, the defenders, led by Colonel William Crawford, valiantly resisted the attack. The Revolutionary War forts of West Virginia stand as testaments to the spirit of independence and the sacrifices made by those who fought for freedom. They remind us that the fight for liberty was not confined to the battlefields of the East, but was also waged on the rugged frontier. The outbreak of the Civil War in 1861 tore the nation apart, and West Virginia found itself on the front lines of a conflict that would forever change the course of American history. Divided loyalties within the state led to a bitter internal struggle as families and communities were torn between the Union and the Confederacy. Forts, once symbols of unity against external threats, became flashpoints of this internal conflict. Control of these strategic positions was crucial for both sides, as they offered control of vital transportation routes and resources. Throughout the war, forts in West Virginia changed hands multiple times, bearing witness to fierce skirmishes and strategic maneuvering. One such fort, John Brown's Fort in Harper's Ferry, became an enduring symbol of the fight against slavery. The Civil War forts of West Virginia stand as stark reminders of a nation divided against itself. Their stories offer valuable insights into the sacrifices made and the enduring legacy of this pivotal chapter in American history. Nestled on a bend in the Potomac River, Fort Ashby stands as a testament to the early struggles of European settlers pushing westward into the heart of Native American territory. Constructed in 1755 during the French and Indian War, the fort was strategically positioned to protect settlers and trade routes from attacks by Native American warriors allied with the French. Named after John Ashby, a prominent figure in Virginia's colonial militia, the fort was a crude but effective defensive structure. Its log walls, surrounded by a ditch and earthworks, provided a vital safe haven for settlers seeking refuge from attacks. Over the years, Fort Ashby endured numerous attacks and sieges. One of the most harrowing occurred in 1756 when a force of Shawnee and Delaware warriors, led by the chieftain Kilbuck, laid siege to the fort. Despite being outnumbered, the defenders, commanded by Captain John Dagworthy, held their ground for several days until reinforcements arrived. Today, Fort Ashby has been meticulously reconstructed, offering visitors a glimpse into the harsh realities of life on the 18th century frontier. Strategically situated at the confluence of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers, Fort Randolph occupies a site of immense historical significance. Built in 1776 on the ruins of Fort Blair, a smaller fortification dating back to the French and Indian War, Fort Randolph played a crucial role in securing the western frontier during the American Revolution. Named in honor of Peyton Randolph, the first president of the Continental Congress, the fort served as a vital link in the chain of defenses protecting settlers from British-aligned forces and their Native American allies. Its location at the junction of two major rivers made it a critical transportation hub and a strategic military objective. During the Revolutionary War, Fort Randolph witnessed several skirmishes and raids, but its most significant role was in preventing British forces from gaining control of the strategically important Ohio River Valley. Although the original Fort Randolph fell into disrepair after the Revolutionary War, its historical significance is undeniable. Today, the site of the fort is marked by a historical monument commemorating its role in securing the western frontier and the sacrifices made by those who defended it. No fort in West Virginia carries the weight of history quite like John Brown's fort in Harper's Ferry. Originally built in 1848 as a government arsenal, the unassuming brick structure became a symbol of abolition, rebellion, and the enduring legacy of slavery in America. In 1859, radical abolitionist John Brown and a small band of followers seized the arsenal, hoping to spark a slave uprising that would spread throughout the South. Brown's raid, though ultimately unsuccessful, ignited a firestorm of controversy and helped to push the nation closer to the brink of civil war. Following Brown's capture and execution, the fort became a symbol of both abolitionist fervor and Southern outrage. During the Civil War, the fort changed hands multiple times, serving as a barracks, a prison, and a refuge for escaped slaves seeking freedom behind Union lines. Today, John Brown's fort stands as a powerful reminder of the complex and often troubled history of race relations in America. It serves as a testament to the enduring legacy of slavery and the courage of those who fought for its abolition. Across the Mountain State, the legacy of West Virginia's historic forts is kept alive through dedicated preservation efforts, historical markers, and museums that tell the stories of these important sites. From the rugged banks of the Potomac River to the confluence of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers, these remnants of the past offer glimpses into bygone eras and the people who shaped them. Many of the forts themselves have been partially or fully reconstructed, allowing visitors to walk in the footsteps of soldiers, settlers, and Native Americans who once inhabited these spaces. Interpretive signs, historical markers, and guided tours provide context and bring the stories of these forts to life. Museums dedicated to West Virginia's history often house artifacts unearthed at these forts, including weapons, tools, clothing, and personal items that offer intimate glimpses into the daily lives of those who lived and worked within their walls. These artifacts help to paint a vivid picture of the challenges and triumphs of life on the frontier. By preserving these tangible links to history, West Virginia honors its heritage and provides valuable insights into the forces that have shaped the state and the nation. The forts of West Virginia, though often overlooked in the grand narrative of American history, stand as silent sentinels to the state's rich and complex past. They represent the struggles, triumphs, and sacrifices of those who came before us, shaping the very fabric of the Mountain State. From the earliest frontier outposts to the battle-scarred fortifications of the Civil War, these forts have borne witness to pivotal moments in West Virginia's history. They have served as guardians of the frontier, symbols of defiance and poignant reminders of the human cost of conflict. While the physical structures of these forts may have crumbled over time, their stories continue to resonate with us today. They remind us of the courage and resilience of those who came before us, the challenges they faced, and the sacrifices they made to build a better future. The legacy of these forts lives on not just in the stones and timber that remain, but in the stories they tell and the lessons they teach us about our shared past.